Good morning, everybody. The markets at the time that you're watching the video will have just opened, but so far, at the time of filming the video, we have about 1 hour and 45 to go. So what we're doing here is we're looking at the data that we have both from last week but going forwards into this week as well. We'll be analysing the pre-market session too. Now, as I've said before, guys, I do enjoy making these morning updates and I do think they are useful to both me and you, but as I've said as well, sometimes I do have things to do in the morning, in the afternoon, so I hope you do understand that this one is coming or has been published a little bit early because, of course, I did have to schedule it but film it earlier. Regardless though, we do have a lot to look at and that's what we're going to be diving into straight away. But if you do enjoy it, can I ask you quickly to leave a like and subscribe again? We're trying to push up now to 14k, doing amazingly on the job, by the way, so let's hope that we can continue this journey, and now we're going to dive in. But do remember as well, this is not financial advice. So the first thing that I want to look at quickly, and we've looked at this one in our previous video, but I just want to take a minute to just recap. It's coming from JD Ruckus and it was posted 2 days ago, so literally Friday. This is the end of day data for Ortex. Now, a lot of people think Ortex isn't too relevant, and I do understand why, but I'm going to quickly just go over it with you guys. Again, massive shout out to the Ortex guy for publishing this. But yeah, what we're seeing for the end of Friday, SI of a free float percentage is 21.44. The estimated SI overall as a number of shares is about 110 million. We're seeing the cost to borrow ranging from a minimum of 0.51 all the way up to 2.32, giving us an average figure of 1.46, and not too bad. We're seeing a return shares figure at about 830k. Borrowed shares 1.95 million, giving us a total borrowed change of plus 1.12 million. So the data is still looking very, very good. Nothing has really changed on that front. Now, where things do get interesting, by the way, is when we start to look at the wider markets. Now, before we do go on to look at the price of AMC, both today and recently, we're going to have a look at the markets first. So what we see in here is the trend for Friday. But obviously from Friday into where we are today so far, things kind of have changed. So at the time of filming, I am currently looking on my phone on the side of the screen. We're seeing things like the S&P being down by 1% so far, the Dow is down by about 0.87 at the time of filming, Nasdaq's down by about 1%, so we can see markets are not doing too well so far, and they were looking a bit worse than that this morning. Now coming into 2:30s where things are going to get really interesting when all of these stocks, or most of these stocks, begin trading, so we'll have to see how things do go, but so far not looking too sharp on the wider markets. So the question is, what effect will that have on AMC? And of course we know why the markets are not looking good. It's pretty obvious to most people, so we're not going to go into that into too much depth. But one thing that I am going to say before we do look at the pre-market, actually, both for AMC and for a lot of stocks in the last week, I mean, we expected the worst for the markets. I know that I did for sure. And even with AMC, we saw a big green day here, and actually Friday wasn't even too bad either. And that really did come as a surprise. Now, as I've said, I of course do hold AMC, quite a lot of it. Actually, I hold as much as I can afford. And I have been holding for the best part of a year right now. However, I don't think AMC seeing these 10% rises is going to last. Inevitably, the MOS is going to happen, but again, it is going to be painful in my opinion before it does. So if the price was to go down today, I wouldn't worry too much. I would actually expect it because of this rise that we have seen. Again, I do believe that we can do well in the mid to long term. Who knows when the MOS could happen? It could even happen soon. But I do think, if it doesn't happen today and if we do see that red, I wouldn't be worried because of what we have seen in the past week. That's just my personal prediction. Of course, do not take it as advice. It's just what I believe. But what we have to look at so far is the pre-market. Now again, we do still have at the time, now it's going to be about 1 hour and 40 to go, yeah, so we've got quite some time, and of course anything can happen, but the pre-market's been mixed so far. We hit lows down here very early on, if we can have a look, at $17.02. We hit highs up here, which were actually rendering us green for the pre-market session, at 17.74. So it's been a very varied session. Currently we're down by only 7 cents. You'll see that we had this big spike, so who knows what's going to happen next. Are we going to be able to go up more, or are we going to see more red? Now, like you said, the wider markets I am anticipating could be a red day on those. Again, I may be wrong. I did predict, in my opinion, that the markets were going to be red in the last 2 trading days. Obviously they were not, to my surprise, so who knows what's actually going to happen, I'm excited to see it, and of course I'm not trying to give you guys price targets, price predictions for today. That's not my job. Make up your own minds as to what you're looking to see. But what I am here to do is to show you what the data looks like. And when we come over to Stonko Tracker, we can see the data isn't really looking too bad. Now, the shares available to borrow at the time of filming, 550k. Obviously quite a lot, to be honest, but it is reduced on what it has been previously. Again, does this matter? Not too much, but do bear in mind that they do have that power and they can potentially utilize it if they wish. Now, the ETF shares is also a figure highlighted down here if you want to have a look at that. We can see a little bit of a look for the calls data. This is the calls which are expiring on the 4th of March. Not going to pay too much attention to those right now, not too important as of yet in my opinion. But we get a picture as to where AMC is. The key takeaways for me from the last week is going to be things like the price action that we did see reminded us as to what AMC can do. 10-15% in a day, very, very good, very appealing, and it does make us happy to see it. However, even if we do go down today, it should be a reminder of what we can do. So the message which I'm trying to say today is be alert, because we just don't know. The markets are looking very, very unstable as a whole. Now, this can work out for us in the AMC situation, but as we've covered with both Volkswagen and others in the past, it doesn't necessarily happen immediately. And of course, that's just my opinion. I may be right, I may be wrong. It's your job to make your own minds up and come to your own conclusions as to what you believe. Please do make up your own minds, but thank you very much for watching the video. I'll be back with you guys later on for more stuff, so do join us for that too. But for now, guys, goodbye. Hope to see you then. So thank you for watching through till the end, but let me tell you about our Discord. So on your screen you will be seeing the N2S Finance Discord. Obviously it is split into multiple sections. Basically at the top we have updates from me and all that kind of good stuff. If you scroll down a bit further we have the main sections where we focus on cryptos, SPACs and other hot stocks including penny stocks, even stable growth stocks as well, and we even have a special AMC GME chat. If you scroll down you can see some research and DD from the community. We also have funny memes and you can see actual contributions from members down here. And again, if you do join us, it is completely free, link is down below. But if you do want to become a Patreon, you will actually get a pink sticker which will be displayed on your name. So your name will come up in pink as mine comes up in red down here, and that will show that you are a Patreon. But other than that, guys, you can join completely for free down below. You do not have to pay anything if you do not want to. Thank you for watching, see you soon.